I'm Richard Batten.
And I'm Sean Stangland, and here's what's happening in the suburbs this weekend. Richard, I hear you've got a contest to talk about, first of all.
Right, I know this is supposed to be for what's going on this weekend, and the Suburban Chicago's Got Talent contest, which is sponsored by the Daily Herald, the Arlington Heights Chamber of Commerce, and the Metropolis Performing Arts Center downtown. Those auditions aren't until June 7th through 9th, but that leaves you less than a month to rehearse and get ready if you want to enter. And I thought this weekend would be a good, because it's Mother's Day.
Oh, and what would Mom like more?
So you could perform in front of your mother, and she could tell you if you're pitchy or if you're in it to win it, and then you'd have more time to practice before the actual audition.
So what are you preparing for the audition?
Just a short dance step.
Okay. Hip-hop or
singing.
Breakdancing?
Breakdancing.
Oh, good. I've been waiting to see your breakdancing skills.
I have a big piece of cardboard.
Maybe we'll get to see that on next week's show.
Sure.
But we won't promise anything.
I'm happy to. What have you got?
I've got a couple of events for rock and roll fans, like Richard, this weekend. I've got the old and the new. Well, not so old. Newer, we have Daughtry, the band led by Chris Daughtry, who was on American Idol a few years ago. They're playing at the Genesee Theater in Waukegan on Friday at 7:30. They're a great radio-friendly rock band. They kind of appeal to the whole spectrum. Maybe it's another one of these shows that maybe it's a good time to take your kids to their first rock show.
Didn't he come in like 4th or 5th?
Yeah, I think he's one of those in the great long tradition of American Idol losers who wound up being more successful than many of the winners.
Right.
And then the very next night at the Covey Bar North in Lincolnshire, Sebastian Bach will be doing a solo show, formerly of Skid Row, and then was on Broadway and several things. The guy can still sing. And if he's been on a few reality shows, he's a very likable guy. And I really kind of root for him to make it out of, the kind of wreckage of 90s rock that was left.
And he's going to be in Waukegan, too?
No, that's at Lincolnshire, the Covey Bar North. So 2 good concerts this weekend, and neither of them very expensive either. It's the Sebastian Bach one's only $20. So
that's a deal.
Get on out there.
I will.
All right. What's your second event?
My second event is from 8 to 1 p.m. Saturday at the Willowbrook Wildlife Center in Glen Ellen, and it's International Migratory Bird Day. And there's lots of bird walks and stuff for the kids to do, and while they say they do have binoculars there, if you have some, you should bring your own.
Okay.
I'm not sure how they told the birds to get there or when that was, but
yeah.
It should be a lot of fun.
Do they have binoculars for the birds so they can do some people watching?
Little tiny binoculars.
Little tiny ones? Is that your Harper May Bloom event this week?
That could be. She would like that. We had a bird feeder when we lived in Highland Park, but I was getting too many rocks at the feeder. That's the huge mythological bird. It was because I was using as well, you can't see it anymore. They pick up elephants. So
right.
I shouldn't have been using elephants, as my wife pointed out.
No.
I should have just stuck to the, what do you call those seeds that people like to eat?
That's an awfully big bird feeder.
Yeah. It was big.
Wow.
Took me weeks to install.
And that's what's going on this weekend.